Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Stacey and welcome to today's sketch session. It is Sunday and we are going to do some work in the animals sketchbook. This is my animal sketchbook. If you're new to the channel, this is the cover. There we go. This is all Posca pen. My favorite is the bunny. Well, in order, I like them all so much. My favorite is the bunny. And then I like the turtle, and then the fish, and then the bird. But this is my animal studies practice book. I've assigned a bunch of sketchbooks to my to certain elements. I have one for animals, one for humans, one for studying gouache. I have one for anything. Actually, I have two anything sketchbooks. I have a little mini anything sketchbook and a larger size, like 5x7 one. And then I have my nature sketchbook, and I have a sketchbook for like dragons and creatures and things like that. So today we're going to work in the animals one because that's what I'm feeling. I slept in this morning. I'm on my second cup of coffee. Hello, coffee. If you don't have a beverage, grab one. The ceiling fan is on and the window is open, so there's going to be background noise. I will try to edit it out, but usually it ends up leaving me sounding very hollow, which I don't care for. So if it doesn't get loud, I'm going to leave it in. I have out my zebra pen. And everything is on it in a different language. It's just a plastic nib drawing pencil or drawing pen in black. Plastic nib. It's slightly bendy, but not by a lot, and you can get thick and thin lines. It's just on the table. I'm trying to use up my art supplies before buying anything new because I don't need keyword new art supplies. I have enough. I could probably make 2 years, 3 years worth of videos and still not get through everything. Like, use it all up. Alright, so I'm gonna sketch and talk. Taking this guy. I have Pixabay opened to alright, I'll just show you. It's easier. Pixabay.com is a royalty-free site. I'm not affiliated or anything. They're just a royalty-free site for photos, vectors. You can get a lot of information on here. And I have collections. I have all kinds of collections. And today, and they're all named something, but I've put, due to projects and whatnot, I've put other things in other folders. And today I got in this one. It says mammals. It's not all that's in here. It's just a collection of animals. And I like this guy. We're going to start with him. A little crocodile. Yeah. We're just going to sketch. We're going to draw. Yeah. Let's start over here. This is just where I draw because I'm right-handed. So yeah. How big do we want to go? I don't know. Let's just lay the pen down on the page. That oftentimes is the hardest part. The hardest part is where to start. And another one. Generally my first drawing is my worst drawing. So, because I'm not loose, this is me loosening up for the day. It is, as I said, Sunday today, and if you want more sketch session videos, they're up on my Patreon for the video tier if you're interested in more of this kind of content, just me talking about life and movies and books and what's going on with me and drawing. And you can draw along, or you can do your own thing, turn me on for company. I think I have 41 sketch videos up now over there. I'll just get this in here. This. Like that. Little hood right here. Kind of curves in and then drops down like that. Ooh. Today is a chill day. I'm going to go for a walk later. And there we go. I'm working on, my fingers are orange because I was working on, I'm making drawing books and booklets just to see if I can. I may sell them, I may not. We'll see what happens. But I'm intrigued by the whole bookmaking situation. It's way too far out. This needs to stop right about here. And then this, where that little bumpy ridge is, and it kind of bumps around right in there. Like that. And there's his under eye. Like right around close to his eye, it looks very soft and unprotected. I think he might be a baby propagator. Getting ready for my move and the warm weather here. The last few days it's been 80 something degrees outside. Close to, I think it's supposed to get close to 90 today, isn't it? I have my phone open over here. I don't normally have my phone within reach while I'm doing a video. $83 right now outside, and it's supposed to get to 85 today, and then 82 tomorrow, and then it's going to drop back down into the mid-50s. It's going to jump back and forth between the 50s and the 60s throughout the week, and rainy spring weather. What are we going to do? This needs to come down a bit. Like that. And he's got another, like, his snout is right here. So trying to enjoy that warm weather. Got the deck set up, and for the most part, I'm probably going to move the table to the left-hand side. Decided that yesterday, because I have a very narrow deck, so you can only fit so much table out there before it takes up, majority of the space. This here, and there, and there. There we go. Getting too tight. I'm holding the pen like way down here, super tight. I need to relax. A good way to relax when drawing and sketching is to hold your pen a little further back and draw with just the tip. And allow yourself a little bit of grace. to make mistakes, and then look, see, now we're sketching. Now we're sketching. As opposed to drawing. Drawing for me, in my mind, is more controlled. I don't know what this means. My own personal sign language. That. And then these patterns kind of go in this direction. He's heavily patterned. He's got little dots all the way out to there. And then he's got his mouth right here. There's a seam where it's closed. And there's more folds. More crocodile-ness. And then this comes down because this is where his mouth, that's where his mouth is. And then we've got some pretty large dots here. Like that. And then this is all teensy, itsy bitsy. So just hold the pen straight up and do circles on top of circles. The littler they are, the littler they appear to be. More spread out over here. Remember, we're just sketching. It does not need to be exact. Practice. We're practicing. These marks come down this way. And this is all muddly marked up. And then he's got some tubes. Put in his tubes. I want his little teeth to be as wiggly as the rest of them. That one's really sharp. They're probably very long, just under them. They're under the lip. And I don't know how mobile a crocodile's mouth is. Like how much the movement there is. Teeth back to right there. And then this lower jaw. About there. Comes down, back, right back and up into here. There's some folds happening. Coming down. There's folds happening here. I know they can open their jaw really big. And then he's got his crocodile spots going on, big old spots down here. Like that. And they are colored in but speckled, so we'll just loosely color each one in like this. Speckled meaning there's lighter colored textures which are wet and reflecting the light, so they look speckled. So there's that, and then right about here is where that chin neck is. And then back here we've got little ridges coming up from his back. And then into the water. He's in water there. Yeah, I'm actually kind of satisfied with this drawing. That's nice. It's got a little character, right? He looks a little curious. There we go. Here's our first drawing. Yeah, he looks a little curious. Like, what's going on, guys? Did you bring food? He's in water, so we'll just. There we go. There's our first drawing. Nice. Alright, moving on. Alright. What do we want to draw next? We got a crocodile. Let's do a rock crab. Now, I've done rock crabs in the past, and I actually created a space crab painting because I thought it was hilarious. No one else really thought it was that funny. I thought it was great. Let's close the phone up and set it so that it's not bumping against me. There we go. Got all kinds of stuff on the table over here from a previous drawing and clean up my mess. I just shoved it over. I have a pretty wide table. It's about 4 feet wide and 3 feet deep. Just so that I have room to set everything. I've discovered over the years that I really like. I really enjoy having room for everything. Let's do this guy because he's looking right at us. And he's having, there's a lot going on. Well, there was a lot going on with him too. So we'll start with the eyes. Actually, let's start with his shell because that'll give us an idea of how big he needs to be. His legs, and he might run off the page. Alright, let's see. This is where things get crazy. Let's just sketch in basic shapes. It's a good way to start. The basic placement of his doodads and whatnots. There. This one is about here. Here. There's a doodad here. There's a doodad here. There's a doodad here. And this is good practice if you want to draw creatures, drawing gators, sea creatures especially for me. But I like the Alien series, so I can see these elements in the Predator characters and the Alien characters and the different designs that people make. Just different little elements from different actual animals pulled together to create a creature. I think that kind of stuff is super neat. And he's got 2 little white parts here and here, which I like to leave alone. So I'll pop those in right there. And then above this is shell. And then, let's see, right through here is another panel. And then here. And then this panel. Another panel back here. And this kind of goes back like that. Excuse me, and then his eyeball is right about here, and it looks like an opal, which is weird. This other one is right about here, and it really does look like opals to me. Here, it's Pixel Day. I can show you guys the pictures of me. Amazing, see? Don't his eyes look like opals? If you've never seen an opal, look one up. They're one of my favorite stones. Not that I have any jewelry that I wear that has an opal, but yeah. Got a little bit of armor, right? It's like heavily armored, right? And this kind of comes up like this. And then we've got this coming up and down like that. There's all kinds of textures going on this guy. And then there's a little bit because of the way the perspective is. Here. Here. We've got little bumps on the top, and then a couple little ridges like that. And this looks to be relatively smooth. And he's got more textures. So over here going this direction. And on top of that soft white shell. I mean, it's probably not soft, but let's see. Here comes down into there. That. Okay. Well, there's all kinds of stuff going on in here. So a little ridge. And we're just going to make some squiggly marks because there's all kinds of stuff happening in there. The lower shell. Alright. Doesn't look anything like a crab, I know. Let's fix that. Give some crabby claws. Get in here and get in some actual truer shapes, and he's got ridges going this direction. Like textures. You've never touched a crab or eaten a delicious crab. Oh my gosh, they're so good. It's been a long time. A long time. I've switched to a mostly vegan diet a couple of years ago. Fell off over the last year, but I'm getting back to it. Just because I'm healthier when I'm eating a more vegan diet. Not completely vegan. It's just a baseline. It's a baseline so that my body is healthier. Keeps the cholesterol under control. Keeps all the other health issues, things and whatnot under some semblance of control. When I go to the doctor, they don't tell me your blood pressure's high. You need medicine. Or I need to start eating healthy again and, go from there. Blood pressure went right back to normal. Cholesterol's good. You need medicine. I don't think that's where we're going to start. I hate taking pills. I already have to take thyroid medicine. That one I gave into several years ago. Mostly because I did not know that the thyroid it's basically a filter, and it handles a lot of elements within your body, that little thyroid, and back behind where you swallow in your throat. If you put your finger where your Adam's apple would be if you were a man, behind there is your thyroid, and it manages your mood a lot. You should look it up. If you're anti-thyroid medicine, you should, and your doctor's telling you need it, you might want to look up what the thyroid controls, because my emotions. I was mad or sad all the time before I started taking thyroid medicine. Didn't know what was wrong with me because I'm not normally a mad or sad person. I'm actually pretty up and happy. So that's when I knew something was really wrong. Plus the kids were like, Mom, why are you so mad all the time? I don't know. And what it boils down to is I needed to take my thyroid medicine because my thyroid is lazy and it doesn't want to do the job on its own. So, speaking of, I need to make a doctor appointment to go get my prescription filled. I hate going to the doctor so much. So, vegan diet. Vegan diet, yoga, going for walks, just basic health stuff. It doesn't take a lot out of you, but definitely benefits you in a way that you probably don't realize. Putting in bold lines. There we go. So that he looks more crabby. But yeah. Every once in a while, I need a steak or a piece of fish or a delicious crab. Every once in a while, I gotta break the diet and eat meat, like actual meat, not protein from another source. And if I go out to like dinner or something with friends or the kids or whatnot, I just order what's on the menu. And I try to stick to the more healthy choices. But every once in a while, you gotta break away from healthy. And go wild. But even like treats in the fridge, I make smoothie popsicles in the summertime. I've cut my coffee back down to 2 cups in the morning. Let's see, this is kind of this way. And the center of this one is right about here. Then we've got another one coming out from here. And up. Okay. Get those placed in there. Get our little joints in. Like that. That's what this is. That's a joint right there. In the back, and it's folded back that way. Whew. So, that's, this is ridged, this is ridged, this is ridged, and they're overlapping. So, this one actually comes out pretty far. That. And then, oh, that's back. Down back. Oh, there's little weird hair things. And then here, off the page, and darkness. And this is the joint. The joint area is pretty dark. Not black though, because it's glistening. And we have a little panel there, and this goes down. There's colors. Oh, let's take a drink of coffee. His crabbiness in like that. There's a rock right here, right in there. He's resting on a rock right in there. And there's another rock kind of jutting out here. He's like within rocks is what I was saying before my camera rudely turned itself off. Rude. Alright, so that's one. Okay, so we're good there. And then underneath, we got this guy coming out there. I'm assuming that's this back leg on the other side. Because his. Wow. Such a lady. There, and then got a little ridge, and then there's where his joint is. Comes like that, and then we've got this guy coming down behind that rock. Kind of smooth around this side, and there's those weird little hair things. That, and then we've got his other one back here. There's his joint. Ridge. There's all kinds of stuff going on back here. You can see the legs behind legs and whatnot going on. But there's our crabby dude. Does he look like a crab to you guys? For me, just a black and white drawing like this with no gray or no color doesn't feel finished. So I'm having a hard time putting color on these, just so you know. We may come back in and do that in a little bit. Well, I guess we could do it now. I'm going to put color on. I might as well put color on, right? What palettes do I have out? Where's my Magella palette? How did I leave that over here? It was right on the table, you guys. I swear. Maybe we'll... I didn't put it away. No. It's not where it lives. Oh, I brought it out in the living room. Did I? Because I was going to use it out there. You know, we can use these things. My patron sent these to me. She sent me a box of stuff, actually, Barbara. If you're watching, thank you, darling. Let's see what colors we got in here. And, ooh, these are highly staining. These, if you get these boards. So be mindful of that. If you're doing a piece with these that you want to try to keep, because how this looks is not how they look. See? I'm looking for an orangey one, I think. Oranges or greens. Those are reds. Those are blues. Isn't that neat? But it's blue. And this is peacock blue and mountain green. Purple. And here's an orangey one. We can use this guy. Oh, there's a couple here. Hold on. This guy. Gamboge. Ooh, I do love gamboge. This says ecru. I'm not sure. We'll play with that. Bismarck brown. Set that aside. And ooh, neutral tint. Nice. They're a little messy. I have a frog in my throat. How appropriate. Go ahead. This is not a watercolor sketchbook, and it will only take so much of use. So when I do put watercolor in here, I tend to go light water, skim the surface like so. Just get him all damp, and then a little bit of this. How dark are you going to be? These are very heavily tinted. Sorry about the clearing throat situation. So the colors are wicked vibrant. See, isn't that pretty? That was a green. Yes. Ooh. Ooh. That's too dark. That's not what I wanted. It's more of a brown. We don't want that one. I don't want that one. And what I want, maybe we'll do alizarin. Oops, I almost poked out my coffee. Just a touch of it. Oops. Mixed in with our orange. So vibrant. Down here on those claws, so that they're more orangey. So just a touch of alizarin and a little glob of orange. Maybe we'll just stick with this color. We'll make it more vibrant down here. I don't have a palette out to mix on. This shell is kind of light. That. As I'm talking, I'm looking around the table. I gotta have a palette somewhere. I do. It's just messy. Because I never clean my palettes. Not never. I rarely clean my palettes. This is my core palette for my core watercolor sets. It was on my desk. So we can take the red and the orange. See? So pretty. Mix them together and make that more orangey color that I want. Down here. That more dark. That. Globules under there. Those white marks need to stay white. Most of that is in white. Getting some texture lines. See, he looks more crabby-like now, doesn't he? I dig him. I dig him. This is super paleo right here and right here. Then we have those opal eyes, which have a little bit of pink in them, which is crazy. So we'll just take a touch of alizarin. Oops. That's a lot of water too, so I'm gonna blot. And they look like they got pink in them. Actually, they look a little red and angry right now. Let's drop in a little more orange. There. There. There's our crabby dude. And look how they just dry so weird on the palette. They're incredibly staining too. That's what's all over my fingers is these cards. I have the little ones out in the other room. Isn't one of these green? Mountain green. Are we afraid? Yep. Ooh, that's a little dark. So we'll send that out. And we'll just... I have a really hard time leaving this just a sketch as a sketch. And he's got some yellow, green, gold stuff going on, if I remember correctly. Grab some of that orange and pop that in for interest. Like that. textures. Like that. And then with that eye. Take some of this orange yellow. Put that in. Okay. There we go. It's done. Ta-da! Anybody interested to see what that blue does? These kill me. They really do. Look at that purple. You wet it. And I know it's just science, but it feels like magic. How crazy is that? That is some wicked vibrant paint right there. I'll put some of this green on top so that it's not quite so electric. There. That helps separate those two a little bit, doesn't it? You can grab this. And that's peacock blue with that neutral tint one though. See, this is what sketch sessions are like. No one's playing with me. I'm all over the map, you guys. It's playtime, basically. Put some rocks in. Get in here. Put in some rocky colors. This is a very green-based neutral tint. Anybody else noticing that? There's his rocks. He's in a rocky situation. Even up over the top of him is in the distance, but still very dark and rocky. Highly staining paint. So I don't see myself ever using these for like a finished piece, but yeah, they're fun to use in a sketchbook, right? Alright. Let's come over here onto this messy page and do some more sketching. Set that back there. Grab our pen. Scooch back. Back to my collection. There we go. Let's draw something furry. I did deer the other day. We want to do cows? Bunnies. I've done quite a few bunnies in the last few days. There's a raccoon. I haven't drawn a raccoon in ages. Okay, we'll do him. He's peeking over a... I'm going to scooch this over a bit though, so that my... Sorry about that. I'm within a comfort range, right? For drawing. And he's got, let's see. I really want to start with that. Little ridge that comes down the center of the face. Should we start there? Kind of like that. And then his little nose. Like that. down here. Scoot back our little dots right there. Fireworks. The top of that nose is pretty dark. Goes around like that. A little swoop. We're gonna swoopy swoop. Okay. And then up on this side, right about a little white mark here, a little white mark going up there. These little white markings, get those in. Kind of curves like that. And then his eyes here and here. So right in there, okay. Like this. His little mask. And then up like that. And then get his eye. Right there. Let's get that in. Leave some eye shine. Don't forget to leave eye shine. Otherwise, it won't look right. A little tiny white space between the eye and the fur. It's basically a glistening area. And then this little fluffy cheek situation. You don't want to get too big with it right away. That's far enough right there. And then his other eye here and around that. So a little bit there. This is his markings coming up. Like that. Right there. Let's get the rest of this eye in. Just a little tiny white spot. Don't want to fill that all in. And then don't forget to leave eye shine. Otherwise it'll look weird. Here. There. He's feeling very opossum-y to me right now. It's alright. Oh, there we go. It's gonna be a winner. Let's give it that mask of this. I've been up close and personal to both raccoons and possums. Possums are scary. Just so you know. Possums are a little scary. Let's see, he's got his little muzzle right there, his little chin right there. I mean, their possums are bigger than I thought they were. Like, they're huge, some of them. And when they get scared, they poop. And it is a defense mechanism, and I understand that, but wow. Fierce. Don't get it on you. I've never gotten it on me, but man, it was all over my deck. My cat scared the possum. I opened my door, because we fed the cats out on the porch back when I was with my ex-husband, George. We had quite a lot of cats because he was a cat guy. I'm not saying being a cat person is a bad thing. We had an excessive amount of cats. This is up way too high. So I'm just going to drop this mark down. But they were all outside cats because I didn't want like 16 cats in my house. I couldn't handle it. Know your limits. And one of the cats, Gray, I think, jumped up on the porch when I opened the door, when the possum was there eating the cat food that was in the tray on the porch. And yeah, because we had so many cats, I got one of those flat boot trays, and I used to put a layer of food on the bottom of it, and they'd all, get around it and eat amicably. For the most part, they all got along pretty well. But man, Gray jumped up on that porch. He saw the possum heard him. There was a moment of hissing and animals shouting, and then there was poop everywhere, and I went, ah! And slammed the door shut. That was my very adult reaction to that whole situation. Gray took off into the woods. He didn't get hurt, and he didn't get anything on him, because he came right back. Possum ended up taking off. It was evening. I learned quickly to pick up the food tray in the evenings, not leave food sitting on the porch. I mean, we never had a problem for like months and months. But, yeah. Yeah, so there's my possum story for you. They can't see anything, right? So, just looks like a giant rat at first glance. I'm like, ah! There's a critter on the porch. I don't know if that's the time Son was home and when that happened. Because it happened twice. And I forgot to pick the tray up once early enough. And I remembered, and I went out to pick it up, and there was a possum on the porch. 2 of them. A big one and a little one. I'm assuming mom and dad. Or mom and baby. Mom and dad. Could be. You never know. I don't know anything about possums and how they live their life. So, yeah. Had another scare when Son was home. He was in the living room playing video games. What? What is it? Damn possum's on the porch. Scared the crap out of me. Because once again I went, ah! And closed the door. Yeah, he's looking very rodenty instead of raccoony. Maybe if we put in his little... I'm getting lost in like weird details. He's got a little hand over here, which I'm not going to draw in. I'm just going to do that. And there's a little tuft of fur there, and there's a tuft of fur here, because he's laying on... Let's put that in so that it looks right. Maybe that's part of the problem. He's laying on a log or peeking over a branch or something. Like that. All kinds of log branch situations happening. I'm not getting into all that right now. We're not drawing trees. And then his back is there. That makes fur. Like that. And he's just kind of chilling. Doesn't look like a raccoon at all. The perspective is all weird. His neck's there, his rumpus is there. I'm sure his tail's back behind, hanging down somewhere. And he's peeking at something this direction. I think I finished filling in. its face. That will help. Not really. Oh well. What are you gonna do? But the raccoon that was on the porch eating cat food didn't scare me at all. It didn't even occur to me to pick up the food. I said, oh, look, a raccoon. The raccoon was bold as you please, too. I opened the door to go out and have my coffee on the porch in the evening, because that's back when I had coffee in the evening. And big raccoon. I mean, bigger than any dog. Like, about mid-sized dog size. He was a big boy. He just was eating the food. He just looked at me like, what? Come on, what? And I was like, oh, well, you finished doing what you're doing. And I just closed the door. And he did. He ate more food and he waddled away. Animal. Alright. We'll do one more, and then we'll be done for today. Let's do another furry animal. About I don't know what I want to draw. Actually, I do. I want to draw, let's go back one. A bird. Because I love drawing birds. Leave it on something that I enjoy drawing, right? Why not? That's actually funny. Let's do this guy. Okay, so we're gonna put a bird right here. That should be fun. What's our favorite medium? Medium subject matter is what I meant. Generally speaking, I start with the eye. I also generally start with a pencil. I don't usually go in. Rephrase that. I don't usually go into a drawing of an animal for a finished piece with a pen. I'll go in with pencil first. Most people do, I would imagine. In the sketchbook, I tend to give myself a little bit of grace, and I'm much more bold. Not that I haven't done finished piece, started and finished with ink. I have, but generally speaking, if it's for something for someone, I will do this a different way. Keep this a little more loose, and now that that eye is pretty much in, like this. That. There. Camera keeps shutting itself off. It might be time for me to get my camera serviced. That's something I can ask you guys. do you do YouTube videos? And if you do, I use a DSLR. It's a Canon EOS something or another. I don't know. Do you have your camera serviced? Is that something we need to do? Because I've had this camera for 4 years now, and I've never had it serviced. I only use it for shooting my YouTube videos, and I would like to use it, especially on my drive across the country to move back to Washington at the end of August. I'd like to use my camera. I'd like to get a lens if I can before I leave, or those lenses for far away. I know there's verbiage, it's just not coming to me. But do you have to have your camera serviced? Because the little slot where I put in my memory card, the memory card doesn't lock in anymore. The door to the camera holds it in, like I can still use the camera. Just one day it stopped locking in. I'm not quite sure why. I'm drawing in, the bird is looking up. Here, let's get his beak in, because that'll make it make sense. But yeah, I should probably research that. Do I need to have my service camera, and can I have that fixed? The part that, because there's screw holes, but I'm afraid to take my camera apart and put it back together. I'm afraid it won't work anymore if I do it myself, you know. That kind of thing. I don't want to break it because it still works. Clearly, I'm videoing with it. I'm not quite sure why it doesn't want to let the SD card lock back in. Like usually you gotta push it and it releases out. Let's see. This is right out here. Yeah, I got quiet because I'm concentrating on how far down I want those dots to go. And there's another dark area here. That's there. This comes down like that. Bright spot. Birds fascinate me when they're outside. I don't want a pet bird. I think they're funny. I got lost yesterday. I don't know what came over me because I don't usually do this. I got on Instagram, and I was just perusing art things, and I got a suggestion for a video because every once in a while I'll see an animal or a little kid video that makes me laugh, or my daughter will send me something and it's funny, so I watch it. So now I get those suggestions, right? And I got a suggestion, people's animals, dogs saying I love you and stuff like that. Yeah, got lost down that void, and then I ended up being on watching, and I don't normally do this, watching little video clips on Instagram for almost 3 hours last night. Sitting on the couch. I didn't have the TV on. I just picked up my phone to check on it. I should check on things and see how things are going. Yeah. Things are going great. Ooh, what's this? Oh, that's funny. Yeah. And then I proceeded to sit there and watch little comedy skits. Carol Burnett, Robin Williams, other comedians, I don't know their names. Gaffigan, I know his name. couple of clips from Seinfeld, which is a show I never got into. And, yeah, before I knew it, it was midnight, and I needed to go to bed. So I got lost in the void last night, which is not something I normally do. Because I usually will either read a book or play a game on my thing for about 15-20 minutes and then go to sleep. Because I didn't take melatonin last night either because I had a glass of wine, and I don't mix alcohol and melatonins because I'm afraid I won't wake up. You know, little things. And, yeah. Let's see. So there's them. And then got his beak, the edge of that beak right there. So yeah, that was my evening. I did do some art things out in the living room. I was waiting for a video to upload and do all the things it needs to do so that you can put it on the platform you want to put it on, and went out in the living room and did some art things, listened to some YouTube stuff. I'm a big Rafi and Clee fan, so I listened to them for a little while. And then, let's see, right about here, okay. I need to make that a little bigger. Let's see. Because his beak, there's a wing, and then it comes down. Like that. Okay. And there's a shine spot on the top, and there's a bit of texture through here. This is pretty in shadow down here. Got feathers. You don't have to draw all the feathers like I was doing right here. I enjoy that. I enjoy getting lost in the details and really, getting in there and this direction, and then in like that. And just like if you're drawing hair on an animal, your eye, if it recognizes what you're drawing, your eye is going to fill in that this is feathers or fur or hair. You don't have to draw all the teensy itsy bitsy details. And this guy, this edge comes down. that. And you could leave it like that if you wanted to. That's going to drive me crazy though, so I'm not going to do that. There's a shadow here. Swooping down right there. And this is all feather. Sweeping back. And this in here is teensy feathers. On that eye. Little bitty feathers. And then things get a little more big. So sweeping in this way and then back the other way. Little moon shapes this way, little half moon C shapes this way, and farther apart as we get into the larger feather area. And that's well done. And there we go. I want this to be a bit bigger. Yeah, that's better. I've got a couple of feathers that are out of whack, which I think makes the piece look much more interesting. There, that's better. His neck needed to be thicker. They're fairly big birds and very muscular, so yeah. I'll grab this orange that we were using. Like that. And here. In case I haven't said it already, yeah, birds are a favorite. So there we go. That's all I'm going to do to him. I didn't put any color on him, so I feel bad about that. Not green. Where's that neutral tint color? There it is. I'm going with a little neutral tint on him. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing, sorry. Here's our spread for today. Let's get things out of the way. Scooch it into the middle. All kinds of stuff going on. Here we go. Sorry about the in and out there. And stop wobbling. Stop it. So yeah, there's our spread for today. Our crabby dude, our gator, crocodile, sorry. For those of you who are a little sensitive about that kind of thing, I apologize. Maybe that'll make him feel more like a raccoon. Maybe. Yeah, he feels a little more raccoony now. I dig it. A little shadow down here. And we can put a little shadow down here. placement of him was purposeful. He's like, what? What? I know the size is off, but maybe that's a baby raccoon. A delicious morsel. Alright, I want to stop talking. And this is where the sketch session is going to end. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Every Sunday we're going to do a sketch session in one of my sketchbooks together. And if you want more sketchbook sessions, come on over to Patreon, subscribe to the $5 tier, and you get all of the videos that I've done, the tutorials. We do a monthly tutorial, step-by-step, paint with me kind of thing. And it could be in any medium. It's not always ink and watercolor. And then we do sketch sessions together pretty daily. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.